Hello and welcome to another Deadlock Guide video guide. Today I'll be going over Dynamo, and as per usual, I'm going to avoid reading you what his abilities do, and I'm going to trust that you can do that. Let's just hop right into it.
Grading can wait.
Alright, on to Dynamo's first ability, Kinetic Pulse. Kinetic Pulse is your main poke tool and damage tool, and the big thing about Kinetic Pulse is it actually scales with Spirit Power, right? So I'm level 1, no upgrades, nothing, and it's already going to be able to go, yeah, just about the whole lane. But, naturally, when you first start the game, by reset hero, it goes nowhere. Oh, I guess I did have a level, so my health is right. What doesn't matter. But it goes nowhere. But the main way you use that is you just dash into it. And as you can see, it cancels your dash beautifully. No need to worry there. The biggest thing about it is if you get high, it'll miss. So if you're too high up, it'll easily just miss the enemy. So it's important to go in with that in mind. You can't be too high. So dashing, use that to do some damage. And then another big tip with it is when you do have more items, and the spirit power on it starts to get crazy.
They were right here.
There we go. Is you gotta lead your shot with it. Because it is slow. But it's very big. So it's not too hard to lead your shot. Just remember to lead your shot with it. And I think that about covers the one. Oh, no it's not. There's one more thing. It will go over smaller objects. So it goes over that just fine, but it won't go over some of the bigger ones. As you can see, and this should, yeah, it doesn't go over. So it doesn't go over big ones, and it will go over smaller walls. But, yeah, excuse me. Sorry about that. But it won't go, it'll go through like smaller ones and stuff. There it kind of looks like it's going over, but it's more so just going through. So yeah, it'll go through smaller walls, it'll go through small objects, it'll go over smaller things. But it does stop on walls. Alright, on to Quantum Entanglement. Quantum Entanglement is it's a bit of a game-winning basic ability. Where, you with dodging things with your allies, you can just win the game by making certain enemies with ultimates and stuff like that, right? Use that to dodge Infernus ultimate. Use it to help your teammates dodge Infernus ultimate. Dude, I mean, the list could actually go on. I should probably stop it there. But literally any ultimate you can like in theory dodge with this too, especially with your allies. Um, The big thing to note too is the 2 actually has a fire rate buff that it will give your allies. So it's a little bit annoying for them, but late game, once your cooldowns are low enough, you can just spam it so everyone has a pretty good uptime on a weapon buff. And other than using it for dodging and buffing enemy or allies, using it to get on high ground is really long. So just keep that in mind. I've seen too many dynamos try to use it like that, and it doesn't really work. You have to like,
They can't shoot an atom.
yeah. And then other than dodging with it, and I I I don't recommend engaging with it. It's really slow, so don't do this and then try to ult. You're gonna want warp stone. It's basically just to dodge. But then, other than that, the only other thing to note with Quantum Entanglement is it will cancel teammates' ultimates. So if you have an Ivy who's charging up to fly, you can cancel their ultimate. Um, like in any ult that has a charge up, if you're within range and you use it, you can ruin that teammate's ultimate. I don't know how it works with Infernus ult, but I'm guessing as long as your jump ends in time, Infernus's ult will probably pop. But I think that about ends all the stuff I can say about Quantum Intake. Alright, and then for Dynamo's 3, there's nothing to say. Just use it to heal you and your teammates when they're low. And I mean, obviously it combines with like healing tempo. Like there's nothing to say. Let's get on to the ultimate. And then for Dynamo's Singularity ultimate, the main thing about it, and this also applies to Seven's ultimate and just anyone who has a really long ultimate cooldown, is, I mean, this is 4 minutes long. And for 4 minutes, if you have any items like Mystic Expansion, this item is completely useless now for the next 4 minutes of gameplay time. While you're running around the map and everything, Mystic Expansion is completely useless. And where this is a really big deal is if you just got a double kill in lane and then you go back and you buy Mystic Expansion and put it on your ultimate, that's a big no-no. Because now you legitimately, this item hasn't done anything, and it's going to sit in your inventory for 4 minutes, and you're going to have 800 souls doing nothing for you for, like, so long. That's insanely long. That's crazy. There's no point in that. And then inversely is compressed cooldown. Compressed cooldown is great when your ultimate is on cooldown because it's going to immediately take off the chunk of black hole. But if you don't have your ultimate on cooldown, since your ultimate's so high value, there's a good chance you're going to be playing the game and you're just going to be holding on to it for a minute, waiting for a nice opportunity that's worth using your ultimate for. And if you have compressed cooldown that whole time, that's 1,600 souls doing nothing for you. So I would personally, I would avoid buying this item until you use your ultimate.
Pleasure working with you.
God, that's so.
And then as far as like other things to note with Singularity, oh, if you're gonna use it, keep track of the enemy's abilities, like what's gonna be able to cancel your ultimate and what can't cancel it. Silence Wave, for example, actually it doesn't cancel ultimates. Does not, yeah, interrupt channeling abilities. So that won't silence it. I think it's mostly just Curse in the game right now that'll silence ultimates because it interrupts. Interrupting, silencing. So that's a big one to look out for. And then other than that, just keeps mental stock of characters that could do it. And that's why Unstoppable is obviously really good on Dynamo, because you can Unstoppable and then Black Hole, and then they can't do anything to you anyways. But it's also important to keep track of who's doing the most damage on the enemy team. Who's the big outliers, because those are who you are going to want to hit with your ultimate. So you're going to want to hit people that could interrupt your ultimate, and you're going to want to hit people who are going to do the most damage to your team with your ultimate. And then anything like an Abrams charge, you don't have to worry about, because as he's charging in, it's just going to like grab him. And the final thing, I guess, is a little bit of a tip with Refresher. If you ult someone, as soon as it's done, you can press 1 and then Refresher, just to do a little bit more damage in as a combo. But that's, I mean, that's super risky with because now you have like a good couple seconds of dead time where they can punish you if you try to do that. So it's risky, but late game your 1 does so much damage that it's still kind of worth keeping in the bag. Oh, and then by the end of that second black hole, you can finish it with a second kinetic pulse. But I think that about covers black hole. To wrap up the video, Dynamo is a supportive-esque character who specializes in winning large team fights. And even though he's a bit supportive, I would say he's really good character to get a lot of souls on, so don't be afraid to farm quite a bit on Dynamo. And then with that, just thank you for watching my Deadlock Guide video guide, and please stay tuned for a preview on the next character. Bye!